Today's run, Bufali, Albida, Benissoda. What can possibly go wrong?
With the Santa Pola Half Marathon coming up next weekend, I knew that I had to get another long run in. What to do? Well, there's some fantastic scenery on my doorstep, so why not use it? Actually, it's been a while since I did a run out through Bufali and back, so I thought, let's just go for it. Maybe grab a coffee somewhere. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the run as much as I did doing it. The route I took was quite simple from Hamster, using a mixture of trail, off-road and on-road paths. That's got me away from the house and down to Cami Real de Gandia, along the Cami Real de Gandia for a little while, and then swung off towards Bufali. In the video, you'll see some of the footage of the tough hill I needed to go up into the village, outskirts of the village, and then onto the road between Bufali and Albida. Some views of La Clariana and the circuit Albida. Albida didn't really go through the village. I just went around and then to Benissoda, where I had a coffee, and then from Benissoda back along the Albida to Ontinyent Road, then swung off into the countryside along the route that followed the main A7, back up to the bridge there at Cami Coral No, and then back to Hamster. Altogether, almost exactly 21.1 kilometers. So that's the same distance as I'll need to do when I'm in Santa Pola next weekend.
In the distance, we've got Bufali ahead, and slightly to the left, it's Albida, and then more directly ahead, perhaps slightly right, it's the tiny village Benissoda. Approximately 7.5 kilometers run, so not too far, and reaching the outskirts of Bufali. This is the Rio Albida, River Albida. As you can see, in Brits terms, it's much more of a stream. I'm not looking forward to this hill. Not too far to go. Never been up that road. I imagine it takes you to the mountains somehow. Anyway, not much further. I can never work out how to pronounce the name of this village next to Albida. Adiof, maybe, something like that. My pronunciation is terrible. Anyway, into Albida. As I came up the hill to the cafe in Benissoda, it all looked really, really quiet. So I had a little bit of a crisis. Was the cafe going to be open or not? Yes! Yeah, it is. So, really looking forward to this. One of the slightly dodgy spots to run. As you can see, it's on the main road. Anyway, not for very long. I just keep my eyes out. By the way, this is the first time I've actually run in this direction along this particular route between home and Albida, and relatively speaking it's nice and flat. I'm coming to one or two up and downs now, but yeah, that's apart from the traffic on the main road bit, it's great. I'm gonna have to use this one again alongside the A7 to Valencia on the outskirts of Ontinyent, but this is where I take a dive away from the motorway, thank goodness. Little bit of a climb coming up. Fortunately it's not super long, but at 15.5 kilometers into the run, a climb is a climb. There's a bit of a view there. Bufali in the distance, a little bit to the right, Albida, and possibly those houses that you can just see in the centre, maybe to the right, Benissoda. This road runs parallel with Cami Real de Gandia, and also the top road, Cami Real. In the distance, it is actually possible to see a house. It's just appearing now from behind some trees. Kind of in the centre of the view. Looks really white from here. Last little bit, very familiar territory here. Maybe you've recognised it from some of the other vids. Yeah, lovely little run today with the Santa Pola Half Marathon coming up. With the Santa Pola Half Marathon coming up a week today, I desperately needed to get a longish run in because due to work commitments, long runs are going to be really tricky to do during the week. I might be able to fit a 10k in, but certainly nothing much more than that. Bon dia! One of our newish neighbours, great guy, he and his wife. Always good for real decent coffee. Yeah, so as I was saying, due to work, a bit of an issue with long runs, so needed to get one packed in. today was, well, by the time I get back it'll be around 21k, which I think counts as a decent long run, and I'm feeling really, really comfortable. A really nice run. I did ask what could possibly go wrong. Well, nothing did actually go wrong seriously, but I did have a couple of issues. One was that the camera unexpectedly ran out of recording memory. Apparently, I'd neglected to delete the recording from my previous outing to Peñón in Calpe. As a result, I had to delete some of my video footage for today. Not a big problem, as I already had more than I needed to show you the scenery. The other more annoying thing is that I forgot to restart my Garmin immediately after having coffee, and I was back on the road. As a result, I probably ran for around a kilometre that wasn't actually recorded by Garmin. And as we know, if it's not recorded by Garmin, it hasn't actually happened. Other than those little issues, everything went well. The weather was spot on, and so no complaints. I hope you enjoyed viewing the run as much as I enjoyed doing it. Next week, I've got the Santa Pola Half Marathon coming up. That's going to be an interesting event, and I hope you'll join me there. Have a good week, and happy running. If you've actually made it this far to the end of the video, congratulations. That's awesome. So thank you very much. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your fellow runners.